My wife Lynn and I have been together for 6 years, and we got married about a year ago. We've lived together about 5 of those years. I'd like to preface this story by saying that she has no history of mental health issues. She's never done anything out of the ordinary, and she's probably the most serious person that you'll ever meet. About 2 months ago, I was getting ready for work. I made my morning cup of coffee. Lynn was upstairs, still in bed, and I grabbed my car keys. I had my cup of coffee in my mug, and I'm walking towards the front door. And just out of nowhere, I see a pair of eyes and the top of Lynn's head peeking around the corner from the hallway. I just see her long black hair draping down. I obviously jumped and poured coffee on myself and went, "You scared the shit out of me." She then ran out from the hallway back towards the living room like a little kid that had just been caught. It was really weird and out of character, but you know what? I had been telling her for months that I wish that she would be a little bit more playful, so maybe this was her trying. So as I walked out the door, I said, "I love you." I called her a weirdo, and I went to work. Obviously not something to call a priest over. And as I walked out to my car, I heard laughing coming from the house, so obviously it was just a joke. The next incident was about 3 days later from the first. I woke up at about 2 in the morning. I was thirsty. I went down to the kitchen, grabbed a bottle of OJ, and I was drinking it as my eyes adjusted to the different lights coming through the windows. And as I turned, I looked down towards the edge of the kitchen island, and she was peeking at me on all fours around the corner of the island. This time, she had a grin on her face as if she was just waiting for me to look at her. I screamed, I spilt the OJ. She scurried off on all fours back up the stairs. And before I saw her, I had this feeling like I was being watched. I paced back and forth in the kitchen, afraid to go back upstairs. I kept thinking about the sound of her hands and feet scurrying across the tile as she went towards the stairs. But I went back upstairs, and she was just laying in bed like normal. She was back asleep. I had stared at her for a little while, just, making sure that she wasn't going to jump scare me just out of nowhere. After waiting there for a little while, I decided to crawl back into bed and go back to sleep.